Alright, so welcome back to another Learn Node.js from freeCodeCamp. So today we're going to work on some keep building on where we left off from last video. So today we're going to talk about basic Node and Express and use the .env file. So .env, so basically what .env is, it stores environment variable. So we'll store some like credentials, for example. Most common usage of environment variables, especially in web applications, usually API key. Uh, API keys, that is our client ID, client secret. That's usually some of the secret commonly used in a .env or a environment variable. But .env file is hidden file since it's begin with a dot usually. File where folder begin with dot usually is a hidden file, where a folder that is used to pass with environment variable to your application. This file is secret, so but you can access it, and it can store data that you want to keep private or hidden. For example, you can store API key from external services or database URI. Yeah, database URI is also another pretty common one. So if you take a look, some of my Flask project that involves storage that I didn't use, you can take a look at that. And then most of the time it is using like a database URI when I deploy to Heroku. You can also use to store configuration options. The environment variable is accessible from the app as process.env.var name. So process.env is a global node object and variables are passed in as a string. By convention, the variable names are all uppercase, the words separated by underscore. The env is a shell file, so you don't have to wrap name against the code. Blah blah blah. So let's add environment variable. So first let's just create a .env file. Pretty sure I can just do this, it's fine. Alright, so now you can see it's pretty easy since we're using glitch again. So you can see basically it's nicely used for you. So you can type variable name and variable value here. And then let's go ahead and copy this. So message style is uppercase. And then target JSON from last process. Okay, so alright, so we want to say something like if equals to uppercase, then we can go ahead and say so let me comment this line out. And here we can say so let's go wrap them around JSON function request rest, and then here in the if it's uppercase, and let's say rest.json is indeed hello JSON. Otherwise, I'm not sure where this check this, but I'll put it anyway. Just say hello JSON. Alright, so let me go ahead and copy that app to here. Yep, indeed, we accomplished it successfully. Alright, so let's work on another one. So request logger middleware. So earlier you were introduced to express.static. By the way, if you haven't watched my previous nodeJS tutorial. I will leave a card. We'll go ahead and leave a card so you guys can take a look and check that out if you want to. And then so you guys will know what is a middleware basically. But we introduced express.static, which recalls basically like ser static file middleware. Now it's time to see what middleware is in more detail. Middleware function are a function that takes 3 arguments: the request object, the response object, and the next function, the application request response cycle. These functions execute some code that can have side effect on the app, and usually add information to the request or response objects. They can also end cycle by sending a response when some conditions met. They don't send a response when they are done. They start executing the next in the stack, that triggering the third element next. For example, function rec res next console.log middleware next. Let's suppose you mounted this function in route. When a request matches this route, it will display the string middleware. Now execute the next function in the stack. In this exercise, you're going to build a root level middleware. As you see from challenge 4, to mount a middleware at a root level, you can use app.use your middleware function there method. In this case, the function will be executed for all requests, but you can also set more specific condition. For example, if you want a function to be executed only for post requests, you could use app.post middleware function. Other things such as get, delete, or put. Build a simple logger. For every request, it should log the console in this format: method pass -ip. So should something like this: get /JSON ::FFFF:127.0.0.1. Note there is a space between method and pass. That's our dash separating pass, and IP surrounded by space on both sides. You can get request method, the relative pass, and the color IP using rec.method, rec.pass, rec.ip. Run to connect when we're done, where your server will be stuck forever. Be sure to have logs open and see blah blah blah. Express evaluate function, the word that appear in the code is true for the middleware too. If you want to work it for other route, it should be mounted before them. Okay, so that means that we need to add it here. We need to add it before. So let's go and mount it here. So logger, so basically it's a function, right, that takes in 3 parameters: rec, res, next. Basically. And then here we let's see. How do we use this? Yeah, so you can wrap them in here. And in here, you probably want to say, I'm not sure what is next. Next should be a function. But let's see. So console.log. Let's use templating language, so it's gonna make it faster. So rec.method. Right. Pass. So rec.pass. And then rec.ip. Call the next function right here. Okay, let's take a look, see what's happened. I'm actually not sure still what is next exactly, so it's a function. Okay, so no errors. Let's see. Let's open a log. Hope it didn't log my actual IP address. Okay, so yeah, it's something like this. That's something. Okay, /JSON. Okay. Looks good, looks good. I'm not sure what's next is. I would like to know what is exactly next. So I want to console the log next as well. I'm just interested what is next. Okay, so probably this is this function here. This is this function, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think next is really the function after it. So it's more like this. So like function regress. Okay, so I think that works. Let me go ahead and put it here. Yep. So this is about middleware. Alright, so let's see. Middleware function can be mounted to a specific route using app.method, pass, and the middleware function. For example, app.get, so it specified the HTTP request is get. And then it said slash user, so that's a route. And then this is the middleware function. So rec.user equals get the user's think next. Then it's going to go ahead and execute this. So the approach. So this is hypothetical synchronous operation. So happening at the same time, I think. This approach is useful to split the server operation into smaller units. This leads to a better app structure and the possibility to reuse code in different places. This approach can also be used to perform some validation on the data. At each point of the middleware stack, you can block the execution of the current chain and pass control to functions specifically designed to handle error. Or you can pass control to the next matching route to handle special cases. We'll see in that in advanced express function. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. In the route app.get/now, chain a middleware function, and the final handler. In middle function, you should constantly log the current time, and then respond to time. Okay. So let's go ahead and create that as well. Time server. So app.get. What's the route I want it to be? /now, and then it takes. So now it's immediately regress next. So this is middleware, and let's see. So in here we can say rec. So we can set it. So we can set it pretty easily. So we can say rec.time equals to new date to string. And then function regress. We'll go ahead and say rest.send JSON or what? Send rest.json. And in here we can say message. Actually no, it's time. Let's rec.time. So can you imagine rec is again being a object that store all the kind of values, and then we can later refer. So a hash table in some sort. And then it's not JSON, it's /now, I think. Oops. See what I forgot? Forgot to call the next function. Yep, there we go. So I forgot to call the next function. It's just stuck in here forever. But after I call it, everything works. So this knows that. Let's go ahead and move on and call this function. And then you can see we got the time prints out. Saturday, July 25th at 5 a.m. 25th second. at GMT, Greenwich time, I think. Let's take a look. I completed the challenge. Okay, now endpoint. Turn time. That's weird. Regress next, regress, recduck time. That's weird. Didn't return the time that is plus or minus 20 seconds. This is weird. Why this doesn't do the trick? Let me just take a look at the hint, see if. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. Or suppose I remove this function call? Does that still make sense to the server though? Okay, so use arrow function instead. Okay, then there's no fundamental differences. I'm not sure why I cannot make it work. Is there anything wrong with my approach? Yeah, it still doesn't work. Let me just try copy and paste. There's no fundamental differences. What? Doesn't get it. I literally just copy and pasted the response and still doesn't work. That's just great. Okay, well, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it seems that our time is about up anyway. I'm not sure what's wrong with it about this chaining thing, because like I even just copied the answer straight out of the box, and still I don't know how this is wrong. So probably going to send a chat about it, a forum chat or something. Let's see. Okay, so I will do that later. I will see does anyone will respond to me. But anyway, that's about this for that's about it for this video. If you do enjoy this, please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I put some personal links. I'll have a Discord channel, come check it out. Oops, I'll just sorry about that. So I also have some resources, link in description down below, including this glitch and the freeCodeCamp tutorial, as well as nodeJS documentation. But as of now, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a nice day. Thank you for watching.